Brainstorming and pitching ideas is the funnest part of the creative process. We decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Walma.
I'm Aaron Sorrells, the unemployed alcoholic.
I'm the Downriver Diva, Stephanie Ann.
And I'm JD the Smile Hustler, the people's champ, baby.
And this is Creativity Wasted.
You look like a nerd, bro. That's what it is. It's cool. Nerds are hot now. They getting their dicks up. They making big money. They driving fancy cars. They got the new motherfucking goggles. What's the meta quests and all that shit. Everybody fucking with nerds now. See? Look at it. Nerd it up.
Oculus.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Nerd it out here. Shit.
You
That's
guys
nerd
know
shit,
the
baby.
Metaverse?
Come on, man. We all up in the Metaverse.
What?
Hi, people technology.
Man, I own 2 islands and a yacht in the Metaverse.
You know, I own the biggest comedy club in the Metaverse, the Soapstone Comedy Club in Horizon Worlds. We got 11,000 people a week coming through.
Wow. Is that your idea, Aaron? Did we want to just sort of awkwardly transition to that as your idea?
Well, it wasn't that awkward of a transition until you made it awkward.
I'll cut out the awkward part.
He is the king. He is the king of Aaron. He is the king. He is the king of awkward.
Yeah, I am the king of
Aaron,
awkward.
if we're not friends on Facebook already, be my friend. For real.
Absolutely.
Oh, she about to be in your DMs.
I won't.
She about to be. Look at
Tom and I, when we first started talking about this, I threw it out on the Michigan Comics Network because there's not a whole lot of comics that have an Oculus and want to get in and do it, you know. So I've been trying to think, I got to figure out a way to bring more comedians in to experience it. I've got 3 Oculus sets. And so maybe there's a place where we get together and just try it out, you know.
It's just like dope, man. You gotta let them try it,
Right, yeah.
get addicted. Then they'll go out here and put their little money together, get them an Oculus. What they $350?
Yeah, they're $354 or something.
Yeah,
like that range,
$354.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You pay $700 for that goddamn PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Once people get into it and they're like, wow, this is a dynamic, real world conversation. You know,
This
this
is
is
new shit.
all happening. Yeah.
I have an omnidirectional treadmill that I bought. Can you use that? Maybe?
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be a huge asset to have. Most people will put a headset on and have the hand controllers and they'll just sit down because you can move around with your joysticks and whatnot. But then you got some people that will play standing up. Like if I'm going to perform in there or your host or anything, like I'm always standing up because, you know, you just got the feel, you know, you grab that
real
mic.
feel.
Yeah. But then you got some people, like I know some people in there that have like huge spaces and they're literally like, they're not using the joysticks at all. They're just walking around and turning and I mean, that is the feel, like total immersion. You're there when you're doing
They're in
that.
it. They in the world. With your treadmill, you all over the place. You the man in the world. You everywhere, baby.
Yeah.
I feel like if I take this red pill, like I can't get out of this matrix.
It's once you're in. Well, okay, so put it this way. There's only about 300,000 people in Horizon Worlds right now. They intend on bringing 1 billion new users into VR by the end of the decade.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
It sounds like it
And
might
they're
be the
going to
new
do
cell
it.
phone.
But here's the thing. They're forcing you to go that route, like with the PlayStation 4. It's their date. I think it's supposed to be like September or October of this year. It's like they're not making nothing else for the 4. It's either get with the 5 or kill yourself. You know what I'm saying? And PlayStation already low key was already training you from the 3 when they did the 1. They want you to get used to having stuff in your hand. The whole way Minecraft and Mario Brothers, how they even structured it, was to get your mind 100% ready to the complete VR.
Absolutely.
They program your brain to get ready first before they sell you the capitalist thing that's going to make them billionaires.
It's been 20 years in the making. I mean, actually, I personally know a guy who's got a VR platform that's about ready to launch maybe sometime later this year. It's been in development for over 20 years. And the big boys, Meta, well, you know, formerly known as Facebook, they're going to be the biggest player in this for sure.
That's why they bought out the NBA.
What?
Oh,
Listen, bro, let me help you. The person whose name gets said the most when the NBA plays, as far as the endorsement, That's who's running the league. They pay the highest ticket to get their name said the most. Okay.
Huh.
MetaQuest, they're the highest NBA endorser there is because they realize the technology that they have is best made to enhance the viewership of basketball.
Yeah.
Not football, because football moves too robotic.
Yeah.
Whereas basketball, we got twist and turn it in the air. We can keep turning this camera, diving into the stands. The fans are right up on it. Being at a game is like being inside the metaverse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was a no-brainer for them to say, we'll just buy you out. We'll be the main endorser of the NBA. Some crazy deal they did, like 8-10-year deal. And now everything the NBA is pushing towards when it comes to the visual of it, 100% virtual metaverse, the scope, all the technology, everything. It's all wired
Facebook
to say.
and Instagram.
Yeah, it's all wired in the cell. That's why they keep showing like inside the NBA and all that. That's why they go to they're always showing the Twitter feeds and all the memes and blah 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 blah. It's all to sell all of this, bro.
Aaron, can we get into some details on the idea or what you're doing with the comedy thing? Like how?
Yeah. I came into Horizon Worlds, which is Meta's like VR platform. They've got Horizon Venues, which was where they got the basketball games. You know, they've got Horizon Worlds, which is basically the main area where people can come in and build worlds. And then they've got Horizon Workrooms, which is where people will meet for collaborations, for professional office type stuff. So I came into Horizon Worlds when it was still under their beta test. And so I got lucky, really. I came into this when there were just a handful of programmers involved. And I met some wildly talented people, and we got to work building what at the time I had hoped was going to be the biggest comedy club in the metaverse. And now that's what we've done. You know, we built this place called the Soapstone Comedy Club. And if somebody downloads Horizon Worlds, it's one of the first worlds that they see. On most days, it's the most popular destination in all of Horizon Worlds, which is basically the metaverse. Oh yeah, it's this. And I'll tell you what, though, you can hear how proud I am of it, but it wasn't just me. Like there have literally been like hundreds of people that have contributed to building this up and this culture that we've developed, and like and I'll tell you what, it's a clean comedy club. And we've gotten pushback and we've had to fight some battles. But I'll tell you what, because it's clean, it's opened up some conversations about respect and about treating each other well. Because I'll tell you what, there are some garbage people in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Because there's people in the universe.
People in the real universe.
Exactly. And there's people that come in and start spouting racist stuff just to hurt people. There's people that come in and start spouting homophobic stuff. And just this terrible stuff. And we stand up and we say, no, we're not.
Does their avatar just disappear? Like,
well, I got a sword. You got a sword. And the sword.
You stab them with a sword.
Stab them and they
get your head chopped off.
We got tools. That's all I'm saying. We got tools.
Boy said we got tools.
Yeah. We protect our people that come to the Soapstone. You know, and that has helped us build this culture of people that appreciate each other, people that respect each other. Now, we got our problems, you know, every place does, but you know, it's cool. What we have come together and built, it's going to be this front and center thing years from now. We're in the very, very beginning stages. It's like if we had the first biggest YouTube channel. And, you know, it's so cool. It's so cool. And to see, like, one of our core philosophies in there, like, I got this to-do list. It's a yellow pad of paper that's on my desk backstage at the Soapstone Comedy Club. And it's got 3 things written down on it. One is empower leaders. So I'm getting a group of people around me that want to lead, and I'm putting them in spots to lead. I'm empowering leaders. The second thing on that list is to encourage people towards the spotlight. So when people come into that club, this is an open mic that they can find accessible. Tom, you were talking about how hard it is to get on stage in certain rooms. You know, this is an open mic that people can walk into this room, go up and hit this yellow button, and they got 3 minutes of stage time, and they can get up on stage and they can try their dream.
Is that how it always works? Like all day, 24/7? There's a yellow button and you just go up, no MC?
So if we got a headliner coming in or if we got a show, we do scheduled events every night of the week. In fact, right now there's an event going on called Morkin Monday, and it's this dude that is just a beast on stage. He's Robin Williams reincarnated. Like, this dude has more energy and more movement and more words than the five of us combined. So I gave him his own show, and it's called Morkin Mondays. And every Monday he gets the stage, and I just let him do whatever he wants to do. But that show is going on right now. So during that, what we do is we got a producer up in our producer booth, and we're doing that instead of the open mic. But there's also multiple rooms. Like, we can only be in one place at one time. So he's doing that in one room, but as more people come in than can fit in the room, they go into another room, and then that's the everyday open mic happening in that room.
Okay,
so,
all right.
But it's at a certain time, the open mic.
Yeah,
it's not 24/7.
No, it's 24/7.
Oh,
like
okay.
there's almost always there's somebody in the Soapstone doing some comedy. I've woken up at 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning and popped the headset on to go check it out, and there were 2 rooms full of people doing comedy. Like,
wow.
And it's not always comedy either. Sometimes it's people just hanging out, like talking. And some, like, we got a fire pit outside the club. So sometimes people are hanging around the fire. Musicians, we get musicians that come through.
In the universe, like in the metaverse,
yes.
This is so funny.
It's,
like, this is so cool.
So cool. It's like,
who run the world? Nerd. Who run the world? Nerd.
Now, is there a line to perform, or like do people just perform and then they just hop back to the back of the line and then perform again?
Yeah. So that yellow button that I talked about, somebody signs up by hitting that yellow button, and then if somebody right behind them wants to sign up, they hit it, and it just starts a list. When the one person hits 3 minutes, boom, it kicks them off stage, and then the stage is clear for the next person. Yeah, the programming, like, I'm telling you, like, I've been able to work with some of the best programmers on the planet when it comes to this.
They said their laptop crashed. So your comedy thing, your avatar just pops up on the stage when it's time? You don't have to, like, walk up there?
No, you have to walk up there.
Oh, you do? And it's so someone announces your name, or it says your name in text, like you're up?
So if we have a host that's working the room, then that host will introduce people, but they don't have to be introduced. Their name is it's in big lights, so people can see who it is. And also, everybody in there has a giant floating name tag above their head anyway. So
even the crowd, that's how Horizon World works.
Yep. Every avatar that's in there has a name tag. Now, it's not somebody's legal name. It's like mine says unemployed alcoholic.
Is Horizon Worlds, are they all human-like avatars, or is it like a bunch of furries and like?
No, it's all human. In Horizon Worlds, like, the way they differentiate themselves is with the physiological realism of facial expressions and stuff. So it's all people, and like, there's body language and facial expressions and mouth movement as people are talking. It's all very real.
Do people ever rush the stage? Is there code that keeps, like?
Yeah, we've got a force field that goes up over the stage, so only the person who's supposed to be on stage can be on stage. And if anybody else comes up and rushes the stage, they'll get teleported to the back of the audience. In order to get up in the producer booth, you have to be teleported up there, and only people who are pre-approved can go up there. Yeah, I mean, it's a fully functioning comedy club in the metaverse. I mean, actually, in some ways, it's better because, like you said, that force field over the stage. There's some times when I would have felt a little more comfortable if I had a force field.
Is there a cheap version of the Oculus that a broke bitch could buy?
To tell you the truth, that is the cheap version. They got
I'm about to say 350 is the cheap version. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta sell more feet pictures.
Cheap. I'm like, you can't get no cheaper than 350 right now.
You can't use Google Cardboard.
Sell more feet pictures.
Yeah, totally gotta sell more feet pictures for that. Okay, but it's summertime and the toes are gonna be good, so why not?
JD, if you got a headset, in all seriousness, man, I'll put you on a headliner show on a Saturday night, and
let's get it.
And we'll do it up, man.
This has been a production of Planet Ant Podcast, powered by Pinecast.